Dragon Ball is an amazing series, in my opinion, that obviously has its flaws across its multiple different installments in the franchise. However, in today's episode of JF America, more like video because of the low budget, I will specifically discuss Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Thanks to this subscriber for this video's idea, and without wasting any more of your time, let's get into the video. The animation for both Z and Super is decent to good slash great, depending on preference. However, some people confuse art style with animation because this is not bad animation. These are used to fill in the gaps between multiple frames in order to make animation sequences smoother. Although I will admit that the Dragon Ball Super animation didn't start off great. However, you can't deny that it definitely improves as the series goes on. On the other hand, Dragon Ball Z is praised for its animation, and I can agree that it is good for its time period and even now. However, whenever it comes to the debate of animation between Z and Super, random frames are picked from both Z and Super in a way that favors Dragon Ball Z 99% of the time. Most of the time, animators love what they are doing, so they wouldn't give their viewers a bad adaptation of the source material unless circumstances prevent them from delivering great episodes, such as budget or rush deadlines. Regardless of what other people think of a show, in order for you to like the show, you have to enjoy watching it, of course, even if the show is considered bad by majority of the fan base. GT. In my personal opinion, both Z and Super are an enjoyable watch, and Daima too. However, I'm not gonna have that argument. But this section of the video is subjective as enjoyability varies from viewer to viewer. However, you can't deny that the Tournament of Power was freaking awesome to watch, or that the Boo Saga was totally dope to see. Although some of my personal favorite enjoyable moments include the Saiyan Saga and the Cell Saga, to name a few, because I really enjoy the entire franchise. Yes, even OG Dragon Ball. The animators do their best to stick to the source material, which is the manga, most of the time, giving us the best possible manga adaptation that we can receive. However, there will be some differences here and there, but overall Dragon Ball Z does a great job of what it's supposed to do. Unfortunately though, Dragon Ball Super wasn't lucky enough to have a manga at the time, so the anime kind of had to freeball most of what was going on, resulting in viewers being disappointed with how certain parts of the story progressed. A lack of source material for the Dragon Ball Super anime causes there to be many drastic differences between the manga and anime, changing the level of enjoyability for certain viewers while creating confusion on what is really supposed to be happening, such as the Goku Black arc or the Tournament of Power. Whenever it comes to the movies that Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super have to offer, there is a variety of options to choose from. Although only two of these are technically Dragon Ball Super movies, they are arguably some of, if not the best movies. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter if the movie makes sense story-wise, as I just want to see something new coming into these movies. And a villain like Turles or Broly is surely something cool to see. Talking about cool, there is cooler, but whatever. Not only are these movies a fun watch, but they also include some of the most memorable moments the franchise has to offer. Dragon Ball overall isn't considered to have a great story, however, I think that it's good enough for what it does in the show. Dragon Ball typically has a very basic and simple plot that makes it easy to understand, allowing the audience to be able to enjoy the epic fight scenes without having to worry much about what's going on. An example of this is in the Tournament of Power, in which the stage is set up by telling us that there is a tournament between the weaker universes to see which one survives, while the other ones are erased. This sets the stakes high as we now know what is at play while being simple enough for the viewers to understand. This now allows the viewers to enjoy the epic fights while knowing what will happen if our protagonists don't win. And this has us all be at the edge of our seats, excited for more without having to have a complex story. Although if you don't really enjoy Dragon Ball and criticize Dragon Ball's story for being boring, then I suggest trying other animes that have intriguing and complex plots in order for you to have a better watching experience. This is just my opinion and breakdown of Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z. So if you'd like for me to do these again, make sure to let me know. And thanks again for this subscriber for suggesting this video to me. Also, let me know how I did and if you enjoy the content. I'd appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel. And as always, make sure to be smart, stay safe, and God bless.